Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. There is said to be 7 natural wonders of this world, and this video takes place in one of them, the Grand Canyon in Arizona. It is undeniable to be put in a state of complete awe when standing along the rim, taking in what millions of years of geological events have formed: tectonic collisions, erosion, and river carving. Stretching 277 river miles from Lee's Ferry to the east to the Grand Wash Cliffs to the west, the Grand Canyon averages a 10-mile width from rim to rim and over a mile deep from rim down to the Colorado River. The Grand Canyon is now a playground for one of the world's best-known endurance challenges, rim to rim to rim. That being the goal to travel from one of the canyon's rims all the way down to the Colorado River and to the other side of the canyon, and back. There are a few approaches on how one may choose to approach this undertaking: south to north or north to south, and then what trails you choose to take on the south rim, the South Kaibab or the Bright Angel Trail. The most common approach for rim to rim to rim is south to north. Whichever trail you choose, you start with over a 5,000 foot descent down and across the Colorado River to the Phantom Ranch, where you take the North Kaibab Trail for over 13 miles and over 6,000 feet of ascent along the bottom of the canyon until you reach the North Rim, only to turn around and reverse your trek, choosing your trail up the South Rim, topping out yet again after nearly 50 miles and 11,000 feet of vertical gain. This was our goal for the day. The crew: Chris, Brett, Logan, and myself, Taylor. Operation Rim Job was a go. The 3 guys, Chris, Brett, and Logan, are all absolute crushers, all having multiple ultramarathons under their belts and all coming off a really strong summer of races, all completing 100-milers. They are strong. Me, well, I definitely was not at my peak, dealing with some lingering issues from my past races, and just honestly not as fast as them. And that will come into the equation of how the day unfolded. Our plan was to park at the visitor center, run the trail over to South Kaibab Trailhead, down South Kaibab to the river, up North Kaibab, and up to the North Rim, and back to the river, where we would start up on South Kaibab once again, meeting up with the Tonto Trail that would eventually meet up with Bright Angel above the seasonal closure, and finish on that to the rim. We departed from the visitor center right about 5:30 in the morning and started our run over to Kaibab Trailhead along the rim trail.
GoPro, take a picture. Operation Rim Job engaged. Got Brett, Chris, Logan, just leaving the visitor center. I didn't think we were going uphill yet. Right now.
It's pretty wild to see the antline of headlamps zigzagging down into the dark abyss from above on the rim trail. Spirits were high and we were all laughing and chatting, putting some decent paces down to the trailhead.
All right.
And then it all begins. Over a 5,000 foot descent in just around 7 miles awaited us as we gained up with the South Kaibab Trail. The trail is steep and a lot of steps and is quite the quad buster.
Dude, my headlamp is so shit. I'm gonna try to stay on you. I can't see. Oh, dude.
We spent the first hour or so under headlamp as I just tried to watch my step with my dim ass headlamp.
All right, just about a mile in down Kaibab. My headlamp is like almost fucking dead, so I am running by candlelight. So I'm kind of taking it a little bit easier on this downhill. Basically just a bunch of stairs. Yeah.
We were making really good time without overdoing it, passing lines upon lines of hikers.
Yep.
The sky to the west was just starting to illuminate, and slowly light began to spill onto the canyon walls, until there was just enough light to warrant us turning off our headlamps. This is truly a spectacular time of day, seeing the entirety of the canyon, how big of an undertaking we were up for.
I mean, is it that big? Is it really that grand?
It's not that grand, huh?
It's like...
Where's Half Dome? That is so sick. Keep going. All right, so we are about, what, 5.5 miles in on the Operation Rim Job with the boys. Flapping the wings.
It was pretty hard to contain any excitement, with the tons of hoots and hollers.
We lost Logan. He said he doesn't like us and that we're bitches. And now he is already across the Colorado River. I don't need it, I think so. Yeah, it's okay. Slip away. Give this guy a sponsor. Probably a bad idea to try to let them go ahead. They're just so much faster than me. Go ahead, look. The dark tunnel. Oh yeah. For my YouTube channel? Sick.
Quad check, how they doing? Oh my God.
At just about our 9-mile mark, we had made it down through the tunnel and across the bridge over the Colorado River.
Thank God someone had their headlamp.
We had made it from the South Kaibab trailhead to the Colorado River in about an hour and 15 minutes.
Crossing the Colorado. What bridge is this? Black Bridge? Oh my God.
One of the biggest logistical things to think about when doing rim to rim to rim is your water situation. However, we hit this at the right time, where almost all of the water fill-up station spigots were still on. So we made our first stop just after crossing the Colorado to fill up.
Don't worry about it. Redeem yourself. All right, down bottom of the Grand Canyon. Just stopped for a little water fill-up.
We blew through Phantom Ranch at just about 9.5 miles into our day, as the plan was to stop here on the way back for a famous lemonade.
All right, just running through Phantom Ranch. We fill up early, so we don't have to fill up here.
The next 8.5 miles before the truly steep climb is pretty runnable, with not a ton of gain, relatively. I think this was the section where it all started to slowly unravel for myself. We were maintaining a respectable pace, but with the other guys' fitness, this pace had me riding at a little bit higher of a heart rate than I would have liked, and I slowly started to feel like I was pushing a bit harder just to try to keep up. We stopped at the Pump House Ranger Station at about 18 miles into our day to top off our bottles. And I was riding a pretty low point in energy bonk, and everything just had started to get harder than it should have been. Ahead, we had the final 6-ish miles and a lot of gain.
Having a rough time. I just can't keep up with these guys. They're absolute fucking crushers. I don't think I can keep up with them, and I think I'm just gonna slow them down. And we rode in the same vehicle, so I just don't think it's fair to make them wait. I think I can do it, but I don't think it's gonna be in a time that they're gonna want. So I don't know. Debating whether seeing if I can catch the shuttle back. Probably a little undertrained for this. I think if I wasn't pushing as hard as I was earlier, I could finish it.
This north side of the canyon is honestly spectacular. Not as rugged and steep as the south side, but more lush than you would expect. The trail is cut in along the canyon walls.
Video.
The guys had to stop multiple times to wait for me, which I really didn't want that to be the case for the rest of the day.
Canyons inside of canyons.
At this point, I weirdly started to have some breathing problems. It just seemed like I couldn't get a full breath. It continued to get worse, and then I started cramping, and it just slowly went more downhill.
Right, 22 and a half in, 5,300 feet. Starting to have breathing problems. Just like really shallow breathing. I don't know what's going on, but not feeling good. Not feeling good at all.
I also made a really ballsy choice and tried a new liquid nutrition for the first time on this attempt. A big no-no. I really could not stomach it, and I found myself not taking in the correct amount of nutrition and calories that I was hoping for, and what I usually do during these types of big efforts. So this also could have started playing a factor. With about 3 miles left, I decided to pull the plug for myself. A couple of factors played in here. First off, I had sort of inserted myself into the guys' plans, and I didn't want my bad day to dictate how the rest of theirs would. Of course, they were more than supportive, encouraging me to not make the decision before we reached the north.
Last to the top. I guess I'll talk to the camera when I'm done.
Situations like these low points can turn around, and I have been in very low points before and rode it out and came out feeling strong. My only thought was if I didn't turn it around, I would only be putting myself and my crew into a spot where we were now at the bottom of the canyon again, and the hardest climb to finish the day was still ahead of us. Topping out at the North Rim, I knew that it just wasn't my day.
I'm fighting cramps off every step.
Good job, dude. Nice work, bud. Nice work.
Thanks, dude. Hey guys, well, you guys are at least twice the man I am. Well, that's to be seen. I'll see you on the other side.
So I stocked up the guys with anything they wanted out of my pack and wished them well on their journey back.
Get it, boys.
Luckily, I was able to grab a free 4-hour ride back to the South Rim from an awesome father that was crewing his daughter and husband on a rim to rim to rim effort. So huge thank you to him.
So I am back at the South Rim. Pulled the plug on the North Rim. Just the last 3-4 miles really struggled. Felt like I was having difficulty breathing. I just couldn't get a full breath, which I think spiked my heart rate, which then in return I think kind of led to other things. I mean, I was cramping and all that. A little nutrition issue. Rough day for me, last 4 or 5 miles. It's kind of frustrating because I feel like I've done that distance and that gain recently, within like 3 weeks ago, with no issues. I think it was just a conditions thing today, but you can't. I know I don't want to make excuses for it. I kind of want to more just like figure out why. I don't want to be the excuse master here. I want to kind of just know why. I'm not mad either. I mean, I'm frustrated with that. I'm frustrated and kind of bummed out that it happened on this day. One thing I always say is, like, we all have shitty days and days that have no reason why they should be bad, but you just have a shitty day, and you just hope those don't fall on the days you are doing your race or you're doing something like this. And I think that day just happened to be today for me. So kind of a bummer.
Meanwhile, the crew had run into some of their own struggles, dealing with some stomach issues, which slowed their pace. They had decided at Phantom Ranch that they would take the shorter, yet steeper South Kaibab Trail back up. After a hair under 14 hours, the guys peaked the South Rim and had accomplished the infamous rim to rim to rim on the Grand Canyon. While I'm truly bummed that I just didn't have the day I needed to take it down, it excites me to have a reason to come back and tackle the canyon in its entirety. I'll be honest, I struggled with not achieving a goal I know I have the complete capacity to accomplish. But we can't always have a great day in the outdoors. And with that said, I can now tell myself to remember that this adventure awaits.